Okay, what do you need to know about the moon? What is the moon? We're about to dive in and dig deeper. However, it's like I always tell y'all, I don't need convincing. These are actually things that I have already been shown, things that have actually been revealed to me. But in order to get y'all engaged in y'all's own education, your spiritual education, I do present things in a way for you to dive deeper. Okay, let's begin. In the name of Yahweh, under the name and authority of Yahshua Messiah, and direction of the Holy Spirit. Let's do a quick history lesson and what I would call revelation update, all in this one video. Okay. Now, this particular topic, excuse me, I have to drink some water because I need to make sure I get this out. This is heavy. This is heavy. And when I say this, in order for you to help the rest of the collective, I don't ask anybody on here to send me donations or support anything like that because I have provisions. Okay, so needless to say, you're not helping me, you're helping those who need to stream and to see and recognize and get on their own journey by echoing something that you have learned from me in this video. And like I say, I always present it in a question form because I need you to delve into things on your own. I need for you to see whether or not you feel like I'm just talking or whether or not it strikes in a eureka moment in your mind and it allows you to dive deeper. Okay, what is the moon? Yeah, I had to take a breath. This has been a long time coming. The moon is an instrument of Chronos. And as you know, Chronos in Greek mythology represented time. It was also the Titans that had ruled prior to the Olympians coming about through Zeus. Okay, and you have a lot of this occult mythology engrafted into today's society, particularly over here in America. All right. The moon, as you know it, because you've been taught that this is what it is, but it's because you were in what they call your psychological module of being in a somnambulistic state, otherwise known as a cocoon. The moon, as you look up into the sky, is not a planet like all the other, like Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Venus. They're not, it's not the same as these other, how you would call galactical or interstellar civilizations and intelligences that have been modified over time, and that civilizations actually still stay there. Now, why nothing has ever been proved about Neil, I do want to put a lot of reference to the astronauts who went to the moon. Neil You know what I'm talking about. I say that for caution. The moon is not a meteor rock. That moon that you look up into the sky at is a module and a time marker to keep the inhabitants in the frequency in the realm that you set in on the hands of time. Why? Because when time itself loses its essence, the Demiurge cracks. Oh, but let me touch more on that. For those, and I'm speaking to people in what they call the spiritual community, those that are in the spiritual talk, the witch talk, the spiritual communities that frequent on certain algorithms here on this app. Now, I myself have taken course after course after course on Magi astrology. Okay, erecting horoscopes, doing time frames, doing the geometry, excuse me, I'm gonna say geometry, but doing the geometric configurations and all that, you know, what's going on in the sky. Excuse me, confirmation. The moon is set as a modular time. Who was it set by? It was set by the actual planet of Saturn, okay? And it is basically a smaller component of a satellite that belongs to Saturn, all right? That the inside is not this meteorite or this big husk of what you would call a moon, a meteor that actually reflects off of the sun. Not saying that it doesn't, but what you don't understand is that the demiurge is controlled by the moon. Some of you, I understand you're not going to understand who or what I'm talking about when I say the demiurge, but I'll have to bring another video. But for those who know what the demiurge is, it is the frequency of AI intelligence through the black square that overshadows human civilization. They say human. I never said nothing about alien. Human. So the frequency that keeps humanity enslaved is that moon. Now, for my mediums who watch, like, and comment on my videos, you know how you come to find out from talking to people crossed over about not going toward the light? Well, when you cross over and you are no longer amongst the living, the light that you're looking to go to is actually the moon. It's the moon. And the moon is a satellite which recycles souls and sends them back down to planet Earth, because it hosts the cube, the black cube, all right? That is actually a symbol of Saturn, the Saturn energy, and the component of the control of the system of obstruction and slavery, and also what is known as restriction. So with this video, I have now released this into the algorithm, so I know that it is going to circulate whether or not you choose to share this video or not, because there are a lot of people who do watch my videos. But I challenge you to go and investigate, all right? Now, though you won't be able to go into NASA, NASA has its own secrets, so hey, you know, there's no cracking no book on them. But if you like, comment, and share. I love y'all. Shalom and Ashe.